I'm Anina, and this is an episode of Anina attempts to build an entire cosplay in 30 days. Zips up at the back. Some of the pieces bigger. Good morning, welcome to the war zone. We survived the self-tapes. I ended up getting another last-minute self-tape yesterday as I was shooting the Shakespeare self-tape. I was happy with it. So, reciting lines while sewing actually seems to work. I got a commercial one, so after I got the Shakespeare self-tape out the way, I changed clothes, pulled my hair back into a ponytail, and pretended to be a security guard. It was easier because there were no lines, just actions. But yeah, yesterday after I got all those done, I was far too brain dead to do anything about said project. But today is a surprise day off. It is Tuesday, the 24th. This all has to be done by Saturday night for Sunday. The countdown. We are how many days? I don't know. Someone else do the math. Anyway, what I've done this morning, I need the stuffing you put into stuffed animals. I need that for the tail. I don't have that, and I'm gonna start making the tail today. I called Ultimate Craft in Camden because I don't want to travel on a wild goose chase for them to not have the stuffing and waste more time. They have it. I'm dressed, I'm ready to go, I have my breakfast. Let's go for a last minute supply run, and then we attack the costume. Here it is. Here we go. Cosplay progress. Last time you saw me, I spent hours fitting this properly, and I'm very, very happy with the progress. Before the day, I might take some teeny tiny bits in, but it stays up. It stays up without the straps, which have now been fixed. So it stayed up without the straps, which is an amazing sign. I contemplated taking these up higher, but then I kind of wanted to look 1950s pin-up-y style, so I'll leave them long. And I've figured out what I'm doing with the tail. I am doing 6 tails at the back in this orange. Got my stuffing, and it's gonna be a bustle situation that ties around the waist. Which will be a shame because it will cover our belly. But I'm hoping it'll just be a strap of orange that comes to the front. So, next plan, hemming. Putting the straps in, and then we work on the tail. So, what I've done is I've taken the back down ever so slightly. It's coming up slightly too high on the back. So I did that, and now I'm gonna zigzag the roll hem, and then turn it and hem it. What you didn't see last time you saw me at this angle was I went through not 1, not 2, but 3 needles. I think the foot might have been slightly misaligned, which meant ever so often the needle would hit the metal in the foot and eventually snap. But I did get worried because I spent all day sewing, and she can't break now, she's not allowed. And 2, I had her serviced, not last autumn, but the autumn before. And she really shouldn't be in need of service that soon afterwards. So, fingers crossed for me. Here we have it, fully hemmed. The only thing missing from the bodice is these straps. I have a bodice. Ooh, There we go, fully hemmed there. And I will not be wearing a t-shirt underneath, so we won't have these roll situations on the day. Adorable. Next up. Now, it is just before 5 o'clock. I'm going to put the straps in and then we work on the tail. Right, after my thread causing me problems, I finally have the tail, which I'm trying to turn inside out now so I can actually see what it looks like. It looks smaller because but then again, there's going to be 6 of these, so the very last bit I'm trying to turn it inside out with the help of a pencil. Come on. Come on. Stiff fabric. Oh, come on. How do people do this easily? But this just looks like an old sock. This is calico. So I need to get the little poof at the end open. About 6. I think that looks pretty cute. Kind of want to make them bigger, but also I don't want them too big because then that will be really heavy around my waist. Even though that hollow wool is very light. Still, it'll be extra weight to carry around. Oh, this is taking forever. Come on. We're getting there. I might make the seam allowance smaller. So actually sew it so it's slightly bigger. Should I make it bigger? I kind of want to make it bigger, but there's 6. I have to remember there's 6 of these on a Vulpix. So maybe I should err on the side of slightly smaller. There we go! If I just squidgle it. There we go. There. I mean, that's quite cute. That's pretty cute. Shall I put holofill in it? I think I should put holofill in it to see if it works. Right, that bit I'm gonna make more of a curve. The good thing about mock-ups is you can just I make markings on the actual mock-up. Higher. But I know that's a good length. This bit's gonna attach to my waist. And then we have a little swirl. A swirl at the end. Now, before I cut the velvet, I am gonna look at the reference picture. Make sure I'm not completely making the tail. I don't think it has this much of a curl, but that can be artistic license. And the test begins. Ooh. It feels like a soft sheep. This is going to be hard to stuff when it's velvet because velvet's stretchy. I have realized the error of my ways. I guess I could make a little access hole there, but then stitching it up. I want a nice clean seam So I think I'm just gonna have to hate the stuffing process. You'll get some great footage of me being angry. Get in there. Oh, it's so stuck. Like, this bit is completely empty and this bit is completely jam-packed. I'm gonna have to... Maybe I can... Yeah, less at a time. Less at a time, and less at a time. I'll leave it... I think you can massage them into the right shape. I'm going to leave it rough for now because I just want to get an idea of if I like this shape of tail for the velvet. I'm thinking a part of me wants to make this bit a bit bigger to give it more of a... It is very Tim Burton-y, which is cute, but I'm wondering if it's appropriate for Vulpix. I mean, it is Halloween. Good morning! It's the next day. Time to get cracking. Now, where did we leave off before my camera died? I was making the tail. So, I made my very first mock-up. How cute does that look? So, this was the pattern I made. And I made the mock-up, cut out the mock-up, and somehow we ended up with something from Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, it is really damn cute. But it's not Vulpixy, look. I showed it to Luke, my fiance, and he's like, that looks like the hill in Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm like, yeah, it does. So, apparently I'm goth even when I don't mean to be. So, this is prime example of why we make mock-ups, because that's maybe cute, that's not what we want. That is not what we want. I made a second one. I decided to make it more even thickness, rounder, and I even put some stuffing in these, as you can see, and to make the stuffing a bit easier, I only sewed half of it. And this is what we have. This is far better. Look at that. I actually like that it curls in on itself like this. So, this is going to be our mock-up. That's adorable, isn't it? I'm very, very happy with that. So, pattern number 2 is what we're going for. This 6 times. My first thing is I'm going to unpick this, take the stuffing out, and this will be my pattern. And then I cut it out from the orange velvet. I'm a bit nervous because this is stiff fabric. The velvet's a bit stretchier. But I do like this, so. One day I will have enough room where I live to spread this out on a nice big table and not have to cut fabric on the floor. One day. This carpet is so full of thread and fabric fluff. It's driving me crazy, but there's no point in hoovering until after Comic-Con. So I'm just gonna add to the fluff. Right. Let's go. Now we pin and cut. What I think I will do is cut this one piece out, sew it roughly together to check that it looks the same as the mock-up in velvet when it's stuffed, before I cut up all the fabric, because this is all the fabric that's left of this one, since this was a bought in Tallinn from my off-cut bin. So yeah, just to be 100% sure this is the shape we want for the tail before I cut up all the fabric and run out of this gorgeous orange. There is no other orange velvet around. I actually checked the fabric stores. No orange velvet. Browns, greens, reds, yeah, not orange. Okay, here we have it. The first tail sewn up. I mean, it looks good so far. You'll see a little bit where I added a seam into the middle, and I think it gives that curl in on itself look, hopefully. Well, it did in the mock-up. Here we go. Now I'm gonna stuff this, and if I like the look of it, I'm gonna do 5 more. Ooh, what I might go in and do is do a couple of snips on the seam. Does mean I have to turn it back inside out, but do a couple of snips on the curl seam to make that easier. But let's see. That is cute. Yeah. Look at that. It curls in on itself. I find that adorable. I accidentally made it adorable. I didn't think it would do that, but I like it. That looks cute. There we go. It has loosened it up a little bit, so I'll keep doing that. Oh, that's gonna look so cute. Actually, the holofill is really evening out that scrunch as well. God, that's adorable. Even if I do say so myself. I'm sorry, that makes me insanely happy. Look. I love it. I love it. It actually curls out. The weight of it makes it curl out a bit more, which I think is perfect because we get this nice S curve. We're gonna have 6 of these next to each other on my just hanging from my waist. These are wonderful. It worked out. Right, now to cut 5 more. Hello, I return hours later. I have 6 sewn up tail pieces. I will stuff those later while I watch some TV. But now I'm going to take my straps for the bodice and iron them flat. Then I can sew those onto the bodice and the bodice will be 100% ready. So let's get this tiny little task out the way. So I found this long dress that has been in my to fix pile for years, and I might have a crazy idea. Ooh, I'm not so sure because it's an orange. It's a nice voluminous skirt. See, lovely voluminous skirt. I could make this. Can I use this for the skirt? Because I like the tie-dye, but I don't think I'll wear this again. Do I? Is this a bad idea? Have I had too much caffeine? Or shall I do it? Ooh. I do like the reds and the oranges. And I might just give it that haute couture feel. Let me look at the skirt pattern. And let me see how it looks with... I'll just have to see how it looks with a brown skirt. So here we have the little skirt from the cosplay pattern. I like it, but it does not cover my butt. So I've calculated I want 15 centimeters more. So I'm gonna see if I can get enough of a skirt. If I elongate this with 15 centimeters evenly, if there's enough of the brown fabric, enough of the brown velvet to do that. Houston, we have a problem. We don't have enough to elongate it. I should have bought more of the brown fabric. I've just enough for one, but then it's too short at the back. It's fine for the front, it's too short at the back. I was gonna have it open at the front anyway. I think what I will do is do a orange strip at the bottom, because I have enough leftover orange. Yeah, should have bought more. That brown stuff was cheap. Oh well, this is what happens when you don't have a full plan for your outfits. Yes, I think what we will do is do a strip on the bottom. I need to buy some better chalk for some reason. Ooh. Chalk for some reason just does not attach to this fabric. And I don't know why. I had the same problem with the orange velvet. So I'm just going to mark it with pins and then cut it along that way. There we go. So you see the fold I've done here, because there's a cut in the fabric there, but that will be my front opening anyway. So that works out perfectly. Actually, thank you, fabric gods, you've smiled on me. So, what I've ended up doing is I'm going to make this wider, cut 2 long strips of the orange and put it on either side, which will frame the brown nicely as well for our skirt slash bustle. There we go. We adapt. I think I'll decide once I've made this skirt and attach the tails. Then I will decide if I add some more volume. Because then I'll know if I feel like it needs something more. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We have enough for waistbands, which is great. And I'm gonna make some cuffs as well. But that's tomorrow's plan. It's the next day. We're on Thursday. We have 2 more days. Let me show you our progress so far. I was actually yesterday convinced all day it was already Thursday, which meant I only had 1 more full day left and then part of Saturday, because I have plans Saturday night. But then I realized there's an entire full day. So it's Friday. last night with dinner while we were watching stuff, I stuffed these. How cute are those? I think they're turning out so well. There we go, our bouncy bouncy tails. I've also made the skirt. So I have all 6 tails sewn up. I will now stuff the remaining 3 while I watch some YouTube. So this is the back. And then, because of lack of fabric, I added orange strips to the front, which I actually love because I'm going to have it as a bustle. So it's going to be open at the front. But you get these lovely orange strips that will hang at the front. The back is brown and our tails will rest on top of the brown. I think that will look more, it will look more fabulous, more show girly. So actually, you know, necessity is the mother of invention. This is what we have. And it will leave the front more open so you see more of the stomach detail of the fake suede I have. So I'm very, very happy with that. It's now long enough at the back. So today's project, stuff the rest of the 3 tails, make a waistband, which I attach this to, attach the tails to the waistband, and also make our ears. This morning I did a trip into the high street and I went and got a hairband. Now this is quite a pretty, very nice fabric. Green velvet hairband. I'm going to cover this in orange velvet and sew our ears on to this. Also, I think the padding of the green velvet, because I'm going to just put the velvet on top of the other velvet, will give me something nice to sew onto. So I think that will actually make it easier for me to attach ears to it. So this is what we're modding today. Also, we cannot be a pin-up showgirl without some very fluffy eyelashes. So I bought those with some lash glue. So that's where we are. Now to stuff the tails. I'm gonna see if this will work as the waistband. So I've got a long strip here. I'm sewing 2 strips together, so that will be the back seam, and then this is long enough, way too long enough now, but long enough to wrap around, overlap, and I'm gonna do like a sturdy big button enclosure. I think once this is folded over like so, and the skirt hangs here, and also either on the top or from the back as well, we have our tails. I might actually attach, this is the question, do I attach all of it to the inside and then fold? And then? That's probably the best way to do it, but yes. This is what we're going for the waist. If I don't like the look of it, I can cover it in the orange, but for sturdiness, we're using the suede. I have pinned the skirt onto the waistband, and eventually this will fold in like so. And I'm adding the first bits of embellishment. Before I attach these edges at the front, I'm going to add this really, really nice orange trim that I got an entire bag for £1. So that orange trim will just be on this hemmed front edge. Just for a little bit of extra zhuzh. Just had an idea. There's this beautiful fire trim I bought in Thailand with the orange velvet. I'm going to use that to cover the beige and add a little bit more zhuzh to the outfit. So we're going to quickly do that. And it's also going to hide the raw edge because I'm going to leave a raw edge on the suede. I have the skirt, and that's the waistband that will be turned here. But now it's time to attach, first rearrange, then attach the tails. The moment of truth. I'm nervous. Wish me luck. When I sew these in, I'm gonna need to use a far heftier needle to get through. I think I'll do this side first and then do a top one, but I will still use a heftier needle. Because that's a lot of fabric to get through. Evening. It's 8 p.m. and this is where we are. All 6 tails pinned to the skirt bustle thing. And now I'm gonna try it on. It does look like an orange Ursula a bit, but with some ears and those little front curls, I think will look more foxy. I do think they're hilarious. That brings me joy. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So that will button there. That's damn cute. Oh, I'm very, very happy. Very light. That's good. And with a very sturdy button, I think that'll be enough to keep it up. And this is what the waistband will look like, which will be nice and decorative instead of the plain but sturdy suede. So after a quick try on, I decided to overlap the edges of each tail to make them stay slightly closer together when I wear it. They'll still be gapping because that's unavoidable because they are separate pieces. But I did overlap the edges. They're now smooshed. And now, success! Here we go. The bottom needs hemming, but I'm very happy with where we are. Very, very happy indeed. There! Vulpix tail complete. The very last bit of progress tonight is I've got a little bit of a scrap orange fabric and I'm going to cover our headband. And then I will be doing the ears tomorrow, but I'm going to start on this. I've got roughly an hour, so I'm going to get this done so tomorrow is easier. Morning, afternoon, actually. It's the next day, it's Friday, and touch wood, I think I'll finish everything today. I do have tomorrow daytime as backup in case something is horrifically wrong, but I think I will finish everything today. Here's the headband. I should have waited until today to do this because you can tell I was overtired when I did it. It looks fine, but the underside is where all my sins are. So I use super glue. I know you're not meant to use super glue, but like I said, I was overtired. And yesterday I did cut out pattern pieces for my ears, so we're gonna cut those out, sew those. Got little triangles. So that's what we're gonna do. Make little ears. attach said ears to the hairband. But yeah. It may look rough, but once I have my hair done and this is on with the ears, no one will notice. I should have waited until today to do it properly, but I don't know what happens to me late at night, but I get weird ideas. Like the whole, let's attach this maxi skirt to be a bustle. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. The colours are right, but the texture's wrong. This style is too bohemian for this. I just need to calm my boots. I think it's a bit of cabin fever from being indoors most of the week, just working on this cosplay. This is where we are. Today I shall have ears, and I'm thinking of doing the 3 front curls as well, but ears first. One on either side, then some front curls. Also, I have my essential sewing snack, microwave popcorn. Now, I don't mean to blow my own whistle, but I make amazing microwave popcorn. I know when to take it out before it burns. This is delicious. Right. Vulpix, let's get to it. I'm trying to make the ears, and my sewing machine has decided to tangle every single time. I think there's something wrong with the innards where the bobbing is, so I'm just to save time, because I've been trying to make ears for like an hour now and really shouldn't take this long. So on this ear, the final seam, I'm just gonna sew by hand. Not ideal, but I need to get this done. I'm hoping once I switch to the brown thread that I'll be able to hem it. After San talking to and switching out to brown thread, we have 2 ears. Ooh, it's getting dark. It's about 5-ish. I've made a little stencil. Looks like a dinosaur head. I've made a little pattern piece reminiscent of the tail swell for some forehead curls. Let's see if we can make this work. With a lot of cajoling and turning the tension down, I managed to get all trusty working again. I did have to swap to the brown thread, but that's fine. You can't see the brown thread on the little front curls. I've got my front curls ready, which will go on the hairband in the middle, which I will stuff later. Now I'm going to hem the skirt. The final big task ahead of me. We have a plain black bag, and then we have Cricut vinyl stickers. And now I'm trying to shape them into the right shapes before I iron them on. So wish me luck. This is what we have so far. Looking pretty good. I've left the transfer paper on for now because I'm going to press this one on now. It's Saturday, about 2 p.m. The day before MCM tomorrow for Sunday. I think my tripod might be slightly broken, but that kind of goes with the theme of how things have been going. I took the morning off. I went to the gym. I've been hunched over the sewing machine all week, and my body let me know it was not happy. So I think we're basically finished. I have one thing I'm going to do now, which is, I I did actually go out after the gym and buy buttons and snaps for the closure for our skirt bustle, but then I went through my sewing box and I found this. I cut it off a belt that broke, thinking, oh, I can use that in the future. Ages ago. I can be a bit of a hoarder that way, but actually, I think this will be a lot sturdier than snaps and a button. So it's even a pretty good length, and then I just sew it on that side. I even have some grommets I could use for belt hoops. But we'll see how we go. But that's what I'm doing today. Also, sewing on the straps from the front. I haven't done that yet. Those are the only two things left to do today. And then we are done. Also, I do have to dig out some shoes, but I know which ones I'm going to wear. But yes. Let me show you what I got done yesterday. Isn't that freaking adorable? I'm so happy. I made this. I sewed on 3 curls that she has. I have a similar... I did a similar curl I did for the tails for these. And then I have two ears. So that, I finished that at about 9:30 last night. I think it's adorable. I do feel absolutely adorable in this. And I've not worn the full get up fully yet. And let me show you the bag. There's a couple of lumps and bumps and imperfections where I did some fixing that I'm not 100% happy with, but for one day of MCM, and when you look at it from afar, I think it looks great. If I do this, if I wear this one again, I'd probably ask my friend to reprint me the vinyls and put it on another bag. But for cosplay purposes, yeah. So that's gonna have my phone and my money and keys on the day. Actually, from afar, that looks great. When you look up close, you can see some imperfections. I did spend a very, very long time last night trying to fix any minor imperfections we had. But yeah, happy with that. Let's get this attached. There we have it. Attached. We have a belt loop. Somehow in my head I thought this would take forever because every step of this cosplay has taken forever. But this one, it's on. Nice and easy. I did switch to a heavy duty needle. Because that is 2 layers of fake suede with several layers of the lace trim as well. So I've gone through that a couple of times to make sure it stays, since the tails do add some heaviness to the cosplay. Now I'm going to trim and zigzag that edge, and then I'm going to figure out some holes, whether I do holes or if I actually fit in grommets. We have one of these hole punch tools. I know it works on leather and pleather. I'm not sure it's going to work on this, but let's give it a try, because that would be a lot neater than me trying to cut one with scissors. Right. Let's find the center of the... There. Did nothing! Yeah, we'll definitely need grommets, or just to hand finish the hole with sewing, because the lace trim will fray. while I have my sewing machine out, I thought I would try on the bodice and actually do the straps. There we go. I want our straps at the right height. Where's my pin? Oh. I obviously I won't be wearing, you know, not before Christmas leggings, but that is cute. I gotta say, I have to say, it's cute. So what I'm gonna do with this one is I think I'm gonna use a hair bubble to actually tighten this front and then tie it, just to make it nice and tight. So here we have it. 3 belt loop holes, 3 belt holes, hand stitched, and a buckle that's in place. And theoretically, oh, you're a jangly one. Actually, I need a belt loop. I need something that attaches, but oh, that feels so sturdy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Our cosplay is complete. Our cosplay is complete.